the strength of a large
Yes, that's what it was.
character. Yeah.
Because
So, for instance,
at level 3 in Sorcerer, I learn Enlarge.
I see.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm just getting buying the last of my equipment.
So your carrying capacity is your strength times 15 times 2.
Oh, all right.
And twice that is your push, drag, or lift.
Well then, me move many things.
Yes.
Yeah, it should probably.
7 is 255. So you can carry 255 pounds without being encumbered. And oh wait, no, that's twice that. So times 2. You can carry 510 pounds without being encumbered.
Neat.
And you can drag 1,020 pounds.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just gonna drag around a small boulder for a while. Don't ask me why. I have a little rope attached to it, and I just drag it around like it's my pet.
So, and it says when you're pushing or dragging weight that exceeds your carrying capacity. So if you are pushing or dragging anything that's over 510 pounds, then it drops your speed by 5 feet.
Well then. That is not very inconvenient.
No, not really.
I'm just deadlifting 1,000 pounds, and I'm just like, yeah, I move a little slower, but it's really not that big of a deal. Especially where I have a 17 strength and an 18 charisma. I don't know why I said the charisma, but I choose to believe that I talked it into being lighter. I have no idea what Josh is. I think he said he was going to be a slice of bread. Say what? Okay. No, I meant your character. I know. I have no idea what it is. Oh god. I think I'm right. Cool. I'm okay with this.
We won't have to worry about carrying him around.
No. Is that how Josh is that how you get around? I just carry you in my pocket.
You can try and carry me in your pocket.
You can certainly try.
I mean, I'm going to have a very large pocket at some point. Hit.
Okay. Find what I wrote.
Tell me what I wrote, what I really, really wrote.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I want 3 wishes.
How does it feel to want? How does it feel to want?
Alright, so you guys live in the city of Sebrook.
Okay.
And you've lived there pretty much your whole lives with 2 of your companions. And you are currently staying at the inn in the Unicorns district, in the Inn of the Unicorn. which you feel like probably that's where the district got its name from. This inn that you're staying in. It's a good location, not far from the old fire shrine that you had to destroy a couple of years back. You profited rather well and gained some renown in the city for this small part of the city, anyway. For Sebrook, city of the Ruby Eye, is no small backwater village. Far from it. For all you know, is the largest city in the civilized world, packed inside of 3 nested walls, each smaller than the last, splitting the city physically as well as mentally into 3 classes strictly monitored by the city guard. The city has grown tremendously throughout history and is bursting at the seams, boasting a populace of over 40,000 beings, mostly humans and elves, and the 2 races being so close all the time, inevitably the largest half-elf population by far as you know, on the entire planet. You start your day nearly broke. Your rewards for the eradication of the fire elemental all but gone. Those who are close to you, while thankful for your help, are tired of your tales of saving them from certain doom. The two of you have been sitting in the bar of the Unicorn waiting for your 2 companions to arrive. But they've been out for 2 days, since 2 days prior, looking for monetary possibilities, and have not returned. So what would you like to do?
I tell the slice of bread about my many battles. I remember when we were...
I'm not a slice of bread.
You're
He's
not?
not a slice of bread.
I don't believe you.
Hey, bud.
Go ahead and describe your character.
So I'm kind of hunchbacked and carrying a shovel,
Oh my god.
and I look a little dazed and confused.
Yeah.
I'm also the town's gravekeeper. Gravedigger. Same thing.
I hate my life.
So, just so you know, this is not like the planet is not like Seas of Apocalypse. There's not always cloudy skies, so you're gonna have to take that into account.
Cool.
Well, I look at the vampire that probably wants to suckle my neck, and I tell him, no, you can't suckle my neck.
I am definitely not a vampire.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I've watched you crawl along walls and suckle necks.
Nope.
Deny it all you want. I know, and I sleep with garlic around my neck.
I know that.
That's the one good thing about it being a large city. People don't get a lot of people are not really missed.
Oh.
Sometimes they just, maybe they've gone away. Who knows? So, the vampire is he's well. Nobody has figured it out. But you're well fed.
Yeah.
I look at you and like, so how's your son and granddaughter?
Whom he has not met in this.
I don't know who I am. Why do you say these things to me all the time?
Because
I'm
I
not a very
hate you.
nice person.
Exactly. But you love me because I have a charisma of 18.
What's your wisdom?
12.
Yeah.
My strength is also 17, though, so I could just boop you.
That's fine, but remember, it takes 6 seconds and I'm fully healed.
I can boop you twice. So we should probably look for those other guys, huh?
Yeah, probably. What time is it?
Right now it's around 10.
AM?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe tonight.
Yeah, I guess I could go take a nap for a few hours.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to go help look for them, but I mean, it is my day off, so I mean, I would hate to have to work on my day off.
You know, that's a good point.
No.
I'm just gonna leave you here, and I'm gonna go shopping for a while then.
Good.
Yep. Unless you want to hide in my overly large pocket when we get outside. I know how you like to do that.
I have a bag of holding.
You really?
Yeah, he can make them.
Oh, are you an artificer? I forgot about
Yes.
that.
Do I have a bag of holding?
I think
If
you
you've
can
made one. So,
You're level 4, so you probably
To
do.
be totally honest, I do not remember where we left off with the bag of holding after it sent me to the
this is a totally different parallel universe.
All right, then I'm gonna say I have it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in it and be like, yeah, it's totally normal for you to carry me around while I'm inside of this. And it's daytime.
Well, not only that, but you've found that having a cloak also works pretty well if you wanted to.
Oh, perfect. Then I just put my cloak on.
Yeah, just having a deep hooded cloak and making sure you wear gloves and you're fine.
Oh, you were so ready to get in the bag too.
I'm like mid-stepping in and being like, wait a minute.
You know, you could just wear a cloak.
A vampire.
Oh, you're a vampire?
No.
What?
Find these guys, and I put my cloak on and my gloves.
And SPF 10,000.
Yeah. And if anybody asks me, it's because it looks intimidating.
No, it's because you have a really fucked up face.
That's also true. But that out.
Yeah, no problem.
At this point, you've been wandering around the Unicorn District, and also Heart's Gate sometimes. But there's a market not too far from here, and you spend your time around those areas. Just and so people are used to you guys. You've been around for a while, and you kind of stick out, especially the Goliath.
So, I feel bad asking this, but what are the names of the people that we are friends with?
Pretty sure it's George and Steve, right?
There you go, George and Steve.
Oh man, I love George and Steve with their very defining characteristics.
You know what? I threw that in there, but I didn't even think about giving them names, to be honest.
It's George and Steve now.
That's right.
Official. At least that's what I'm going to call them.
Yeah,
George is a bard, and Steve is a cleric.
Cool. That's probably not their names. Don't make this canon because I have an intelligence of -1.
I'm kidding.
Like George and Steve, though, right? Like let's save them. I'm pretty sure one of them played a lute.
You can just yeah.
So
yeah, the bard a lot of times would spend his time in the market trying to make money by playing his lute and picking pockets.
Occasionally letting other women play his flute.
Yep, that too. There's more than just monetary gain involved in that.
That's fair. So, that's pretty convenient. I was already on my way to go shopping. Let's say we go check that out.
I really don't have a purpose in life.
Nope.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're an asshole, but I'm also pretty sure you're a vampire.
I am not a vampire.
Not dude, like you don't know.
And even the people that you walk by on the street don't balk at this because this is your conversation most of the time.
It's so true.
Stay
So my
away from
mission,
those weird two people.
my mission for this shopping trip is to find a pet cat that I intend to make adorable. I will protect it and love it forever. I say out
Okie
loud.
dokie.
I thought we were looking for Steve.
Who?
Oh, Jorge.
Who?
Jorge.
Who the fuck is Jorge? I'm looking for a cat. I just walk towards the nearest person with a cat.
Because there's a lot of those.
Or if there also happens to be a cat person, I walk up to them.
Okay, you don't see. You've been here a while, and you've never seen a cat person on the streets of Sebring, and so Sebrook, and so you're walking along. You do see a bunch of stray cats who know to stay away from you. I mean, they see you coming, and you see them scatter. You've been looking for a cat for a little while now, and they know what happens when you catch them. So
I could do something, but I'm not going to. I was gonna cast color spray and blind them so I could run up and catch one. Figure that's a bad idea. It's a cone. Well, I continue searching for a cat in quotation marks, and by that I mean Steve or whoever.
Yeah, I've been looking for Steve. I'm gonna roll for investigation. I got a 23
And I got a 3.
on my investigation.
all right, so you're looking as you walk towards the so you're investigating, as in you are opening doors, and because that's investigation, like you're moving.
He's opening doors.
Yes, I am peeking underneath.
I'm looking in
carts
baskets
and moving. Yeah, like I'm moving people around. I'm like lifting up rows. Steve, George, where you at, buds?
I'm
Well,
just
you
straight
get-
up like walking up to people, be like, "Are you George?" No. Okay.
Well, Jasper gets slapped a few times. I don't know if that even, if he even cares about that or not, but
My pride is always injured, but I don't know who I am, so I probably deserved it.
Yep.
All right, so you're heading towards the so you're heading towards the market, and there's always a bunch of different people here trying to either sell their farming, their produce, or they're trying to sell meat that they've butchered, and there's a lot of different people selling jewelry that they make, and all this, and there's also a guy who's selling statues that he's made. So if you want to talk to anybody, I mean, the market is jam packed full, because it's right before lunch. People are like looking at things and buying things, and so just in general, very, very busy market here in the south.
I walk up to
Sebring.
the sculpture guy, and I ask
Okay.
him if any of them are edible.
He
Okay.
looks at you. You asked me this yesterday. No, they
Yeah.
are not edible.
Yeah, but what if next time I come here, one is made out of chocolate? I feel like that's doable.
Could you make
He
one
looks
out
at
of
you.
never mind. I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, I'd watch out for that guy. I'm pretty sure he's a vampire.
So you're
But what
looking around for. You're looking around for Steve.
And Jorge.
Steven. What did we call them? Steven.
Steven George.
Now I'm gonna. Steven George.
Yeah, but
Gotcha. Jorge. Okay, I see it. That's where Jorge came from.
Yeah.
All right, and Steve's the bard. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. George is cleric. Ooh, it's a pie. So, since you're looking for him, go ahead and make a perception check here while you're at the statue guy's place.
I got it.
17.
You got a 17 and
10.
10. Okay, 17. One of these statues looks like you're looking for Steve. So one of these statues looks like Steve. He's got the same loot that he normally has, and he's standing in a very like nice kind of like got his foot on a barrel like that whiskey. No, not whiskey.
Morgan?
Rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Morgan.
I look at the sculpture dude and I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
But it's not. He's not the only one that looks exactly like him. There are others that look. I mean, he seems to be an amazing sculptor.
That's kind
They're
All
like-
of them look. They look like they don't. They look really, really nice.
So, like, not all of them are him, but they're all, like, really nice people sculptures.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
And some of them are. He's got some that look like cats, some that look like dogs, some that look like all of the some small. He doesn't do monstrous sculptures because you feel like maybe somebody might not want that in their house or in their yard, but
I look him in the eyes, and I'm like, hey. And I pick up the one that looks like George, and I'm like, do you know this guy?
please put that down there. They're made out of stone, but they're very delicate.
Where did you
yes,
source these statues from?
What's that?
Wait, these statues.
Where what?
Where do you get your statues?
Oh, where do you get? I make them.
Where'd you make this one? Who did you see that looked like him? Where is he?
Well, it was the bard that plays out in the market out here. He seemed like he was a very people liked him, so I figured maybe somebody might want them in their home or on their steps or such. I need inspiration.
If I knew detect magic, I swear to God. I know these statues are people. I look at him and I get real close up and I'm like, did you turn him into stone? And I attempt to intimidate him into telling me the truth.
I don't turn people into stone. I turn stone into people.
That's a 17.
He doesn't seem to be intimidated by you.
No, he's really a wizard.
He seems indignant, actually, and he's he seems upset that you've accused him of turning people to stone. And how could you possibly do such a thing? That would be terrible.
I try to cast Charm Person on him.
All right. What is it? It's a wisdom check, right?
Yep.
All right. He doesn't seem to affect him.
We need to kill him.
What? Wait, hold on. Let me see if he heard you. Were you trying to be stealthily when you said it?
Oh.
I don't appreciate that he saved from that. Now I'm pretty very suspicious.
So were you trying to be stealthy when first of all when you try to charm him, but second of all when you said you should kill him?
So when he says that, I'm going to cast a light and make it cast it on my hand and start pretending that I'm casting some like holy prayer and I'm about to like fucking smite him. I'm gonna roll for deception.
Okay.
It's 24.
I get super scared and I run the fuck off.
Because you think it's really a thing. So you're trying to...
And I'm like, I look at him and I
deceive
cast I cast it on my hand and I'm like, I shall smite thee if you do not answer the truth now. And I have like the glowing light on my right hand, like raised in the air, ready to fucking look like I'm gonna smite him.
All right, so he
I can't actually do that.
He steps backwards, scared of you, and yells for the guards.
I believe you. I put my head back down and walk away.
About a minute later, the guards show up, like they were trying to get through people, and then they go to, and you see him talking to. I mean, I'm assuming you guys left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking to the guy, the stone carver, and he's like, you see him pointing at you guys.
Carry down an alleyway and then up to a top of a roof.
Okay, you're going to stealth, so go ahead and try and lose him. Go ahead and roll for stealth. I assume Thane, you're doing the same thing.
15.
Okay. Did Jasper already say his number?
Yes, 12. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Okay. So, yeah, these you actually know these guys. There's the two guards, and their perception is shit. You can't even understand why they're guards, but you duck, and so does what's your guy's name?
I am Valda.
Valda. So Jasper just needs to duck down a little bit and kind of walk to an alleyway, and you try to duck down, but normally you're pretty well able to be seen above normal human-sized people, but they don't seem to notice you at all.
I'm like crawling on my hands and knees away through the crowd. Like, fuck! Drop to the ground, start crawling.
All right, so yeah, you have no problem getting away from the two guards that are assigned to. They're specifically assigned to this market. This is their job.
Oh.
And they're terrible at it. But you guys are in the outer part of the city. There's the middle ring, which is like all of the royalty, and then there's the second ring, and that's just, those are people that are kind of upper class, and then you guys are kind of in the slum area. The guards out here aren't too awfully special. They get paid, but they're just terrible. They're good at beating people up, but
Good.
other than that,
Well, he wasn't at that one part of the market. I'm not going to say the market. Do we see any other commotion happening somewhere else?
go ahead and make a history check. Both of you.
That is a solid 9.
Okay.
An 11.
Okay. You thought maybe you recognized a couple of the other statues as well, but nobody. It didn't seem like there's anybody of importance.
I think we should investigate that guy stealthily at night via his bedroom.
I agree. I say we wait here until night, and I just sit down. I have no idea where we are.
I also just sit down.
Where are we?
All right. Well, you're just outside the market. You know, just in an alleyway between two houses that are kind of leaning on each other to keep them up. But other than that, it doesn't. You know, this is really not much of an area. You're closer to the outer wall. You're maybe. You're probably a good 1,000 feet from the outer wall.
I'm going to use my climb speed to stealthily scale the top of the building, and that way I can keep eyes on him from above.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lean up against the wall.
Okay.
Just kind of look generally intimidating with my arms crossed. watching each entrance for hooligans and anyone that looks suspicious.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
11.
Okay. So the market kind of you can from the roof you can see groups of people coming in, kind of circling around, buying things and leaving. So and this kind of happens most of the day. Go ahead. Somebody buys a statue. Go ahead and make a perception check.
10.
10. Okay, so you can't tell who it is. You can't tell what the statue looks like.
Wait, do I have a spyglass?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
I remember at one point
No, I
one
do
of you
not.
did.
I'm gonna
Oh,
crowbar.
we're gonna drop one of those amulets of eternal guise as well. Yeah, I don't see that you have.
Yeah. No, well.
Okay, spyglass. All right. So you can't quite. Somebody buys one. They have a hard time carrying it back. They've got. It looks like they've got two kind of like bodyguard type people. You know, they're big men. And the guy has them carry it for him, and he heads. Looks like he's heading back, and he went through. Went towards the wall that goes in towards the second area of the ring. The second ring, not the first one you guys are in.
He goes into a different district.
Do I have any
Yeah,
reason to
he's-
believe? Oh, sorry. Do I have any reason to believe that he took one of our friends?
You have no idea if he bought the one that looked like the bard or not.
Okay.
Should I follow him?
Yeah, if you want to follow him, I can keep an eye out here, and then you can just yell real loud, and I'll hear you.
Okay. And I'm like, where'd he go? Which way? Point me in the direction. I head that way.
I do. I point him in that direction.
Okay. So he heads through. You have no problem following the people with the statue, because you can, as being so tall, you can see how the crowd kind of parts for them, sort of. And they head out of the market, heading to the east.
Can I see the statue?
You can't see the statue; it's below people. They're carrying, like, one person's carrying the feet, one person's carrying the head. It's definitely
Gotcha.
you know it's a person. It's not one of the dog or cats or like it's not a gargoyle or anything like that. It's tall. It's a taller statue.
All right. I continue following them. I'm gonna try and stealth.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a solid 2.
All right. Well, how are you trying to stealth?
Apparently I'm not. Just continue walking. I'm just not saying anything.
Okay.
Not even trying to like move through people. I'm just walking.
Intently.
I mean,
at its prey.
all right. Well, so the guy that looks like he purchased it because he's not carrying it, turns around and sees you, and obviously you're following him for whatever reason.
I like look away, all suspicious, like no. What?
He,
Hey, where are you going?
so he sees you, and then he tries to get his guys to like move a little faster, and you see him head toward one of the guards.
Wait. Can I just ask you a question real quick? I'm real sorry.
Well,
I
he's about 50 feet in front of you, and there's a crowd of people around you, and I mean you can yell at him if you want to.
Hey, can I just talk to you real quick? I'm real sorry. I just have a question about that statue's quality. I was wanted to purchase one. I don't know if I trust them.
Roll for persuasion.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, okay, there you go. And he looks at you, and then he has gotten the guard's attention, but then the guard kind of looks over and he sees you, and then the guy goes, and then he waves him off, and then he tries to kind of wade upstream through the people toward you.
Okay. When I meet him, I wanna look at the statue.
Okay, so his people are still taking the statue away. He's coming toward you.
Okay,
to
well,
answer your question.
okay. I'm gonna talk to him like, hey, is it alright if I take a look at that statue? I just wanted to see the quality. I've been very interested, but I'm not sure in how good it is. I know there's a couple competitors that are, probably just as good. I know he only does people, that's why I'm kinda like, is it alright if I look at that one?
He says, well, the shopkeeper's right there. You could go and talk with him and see his wares.
Yeah, he doesn't really like me. I don't know why. I just asked him a question. Apparently he got offended. I asked him where he made it, and he got all pissy with me.
Well,
I've never been...
if I might say so, you're just, a very intimidating person.
No, I don't try to be. It's just kind of part of being a Goliath. Everyone's a little racist. I get it.
Well, now he looks uncomfortable.
Don't worry. I'm just fucking with you, bud.
Okay, well, he says, "Follow me," and so he gets his people to stop, and you are able to take a look at the statue.
Okay.
It
Is
is
it
not. It is not the bard.
okay? Do I recognize him at all?
Make a history check.
14.
14. Okay. So you seem to remember that a a flyer was passed around because uh, this guy was missing, and you see that he does have a resemblance to this guy who bought this statue.
He has a resemblance to the guy that bought it.
He says, "Doesn't it have a very good likeness? This is my father. I'm not sure. He disappeared one day, and I'm not sure why. Uh, this stone mason has has made a statue of him, but I'm so glad to be able to um, buy it and bring it to my home and at least have a remembrance of my father."
Ah, shit. All right. Can I tell if he's lying? Can I? I kind of
You
feel bad now. I'm like, oh
you
shit.
can
Am I gonna have to tell this dude that's his dad?
you can go ahead and make an insight check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Yeah, he's
19
he's
plus
not
blood.
lying. He's telling the truth,
Shit. I'm
as far
like,
as you
hey man.
can tell.
I hate to break this to you, but like, I'm an adventurer, and I've been looking into. I just recently discovered that that vendor might be turning people into stone and selling them as statues. I think that's your
Uh,
dad.
but he said that he turns stone into people, not people into stone. I,
Yeah, it's weird how that's
it,
a really easy thing to lie about, right?
I feel like that would be a hard thing to do.
Can I persuade him?
Yeah, you can try and persuade him.
Dude, I crit. Uh,
Pixar didn't happen.
what do you mean? I already clicked away.
So
No.
he looks at you and he looks at the statue and he goes over and he tells his people to sit it down and he goes up and he looks at it and he like looks in his it's like into his eyes and stuff and he goes, what what can if it is what can I do?
I think we have to take him
Oh,
to
you're on
like.
there. Never mind.
I think we have to take him to like a. I don't know, a fucking mage or something. Maybe he can fix him. Maybe
Well,
take him to the church. I don't know. They have healing spells, right? Greater restoration.
um uh well
Mainly, I just wanted to spread the word because you definitely just paid to buy your dad. And you might want to be pissed about that.
I just gave him 1,000 gold for this.
Yeah, dude. Rough, right? You just paid to have another person have that happen to him.
Tell you what, I will I will reward you handsomely if you can figure out how to get my father, if this is, I don't know, back to normal, or if you find him.
I've ruined this man's life, I say out loud. Yeah, sure, I'll figure something out. In the meantime, keep him safe. We might need to find you at some point to further investigate. Where do you live?
He tells you that he lives uh, in the Arcanist borough, in the middle ring.
Okay.
Not the
I'll find him
very
at some
center,
point.
but not the center ring, but the middle ring.
Okay. Yeah, so good luck with that. I mean, if you live in the middle of the Arcanist Circle, it sounds like a magical place, so I'm sure someone can fix that for you. You had 1,000 gold lying around, I'm sure you have a few thousand more.
I will definitely
Drop it.
I will definitely yeah, exactly.
Fucking take him and smash him on the ground.
I will definitely look into it anyway.
Yeah, if you find anything out, let me know. And then I just kind of walk away.
He's
Mission
kind of
accomplished.
stares after you and looks at the statue, and then he has his people. He has his people kind of carried off towards his home.
And then I walk back to where Josh was, and I tell him what happened.
Okay.
During the time I was keeping an eye on the shopkeeper, did anything happen?
Nope, he still hasn't sold. I mean, you feel like, well, you didn't know how much they were, but now that Valda knows how much they are, he probably doesn't sell very many. I mean, that'll probably be the one that he sells for a while.
Fair.
Hmm.
And so it gets dark. The all of the glow, the light globes come out, and they kind of hang around. There's one light globe on the outside for each like burrow. And it's well, actually, it's just for the market. So there's one light globe like over the top of like the fountain in the middle of the market, and people kind of disperse, and you see him kind of pack up and head towards, head east.
Follow.
I'm gonna also stealthily follow.
I'm gonna stay a few hundred, like 100 feet back.
I got a 10.
All right, and
That is a solid 4.
okay. So there aren't a lot of people around in this area now, since they've all kind of dispersed. And he sees you following him, and so he kind of ducks into an alleyway.
I'm gonna climb to a roof and try and follow him from up there.
Okay, you have no problem seeing him. Go ahead and make another stealth check since you're on the roof now.
That is a 19.
Okay, so he doesn't see you up there at all, but you can definitely see him. He is terrible at stealth, and he's kind of running through an alleyway, knocking over trash cans and such, just trying to kind of get away from you guys because you already accosted him once today.
I just continue menacingly walking towards him. Why are you running? What's wrong, little man?
So you reach, you run after him for a little while, and he ducks kind of through into the high sword burrow, where you know that that's where a lot of the off-duty guards for the outer ring live, and so he gets into that area after about maybe 10 minutes of walking. Probably more. And he starts to look around for somebody to help him.
Around?
What's that?
Do I see anyone around?
Yeah. In this area, there's a bunch of they live in this area because there's a bunch of bars and things, but also this is where they're given their home, their place where they stay, and so yeah, and so you know this from living in the city, and so there are people. They're just like guards and like guards' wives and guards, not necessarily guards' children at this hour, but just they're all kind of drunk and holding swords, and they come out, and he goes, "Somebody's following me. Can you please help?" And they all like, some of them say they're off duty and tells them to go fuck himself, and the others are maybe a little more helpful, and they ask him, and so he points back at you guys. At least he points back at Valda. He doesn't Jasper at all. And so
I just kind of look confused and wave.
So 3 guards walk towards you. They don't have their armor on, but they do have their swords on their sides.
I look at it. I'm like, "Hello, gentlemen. What seems to be the problem?"
Well, we could we could ask you the same thing.
Well, I was just looking to ask that man a question, but he just ran, and I was like, "Well, this is awkward." And then I wanted to explain what was wrong, so I kept following him, and he kept running, and then he got you guys. So I'm kind of confused.
Go ahead and make a.
Keep going.
Can that be deception?
Yes, it is deception. Yes.
19.
Okay.
Did the shopkeeper keep going?
Yeah, he's still walking.
I'm following after him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a couple of dexterity checks to be able to go from building to building.
Crit. And then I got a 6.
Okay, so your crit makes up for your 6. So you're able to somewhat keep up with him and follow him along. Where Valda is definitely being stopped by the guards. Now, they believe you, but they also know that this guy doesn't want to be hassled anymore, and he's pretty well dressed, and they don't really get why he's out in the outer ring to begin with, but they ask you to stop bothering.
Well, I guess I will just have to ask him another time when he is less wily, I suppose. I don't know. I just was asking. I just wanted to know how his day was. Well, good day, gentlemen, and I walk away and I go around.
So you, Jasper, you follow him until he makes it to one of the entrances to the center ring, and he kind of waves at the 2 guards that are standing there, and they let him through. And
Wait a moment.
you
Use disguise self to disguise myself as him and wave at them and see what happens.
How long do you wait for him to look after he walks through?
Like 3 minutes.
Okay. So he walks through, and he looks visibly like much more under control, and he feels like he definitely looks like he's lost you guys, because he knows that these guards probably won't let you by. So you cast disguise self, and he's definitely out of eyesight, and you go in and you kind of wave at the guys like he did, and one of the guards waves back, like, yeah, he knows you. And the other guy's like, oh, wait a minute.
I don't even break a step. I just, with a look of indignancy on my face, just keep walking.
Go ahead and make a performance.
12.
12? Okay, yeah, that's enough. He he looks like he's trying to stop you, but you don't even look like he's trying to stop you. He looks like you think he's trying to stop somebody else, and you just keep on walking, and he's kind of
Just
scratches
like
his
that.
head and goes back to his thing, and
It's like, shit, I don't get paid enough for shapeshifters.
yeah, he's visibly confused.
I am going to maintain my disguise and try and follow after
All right.
him.
Yep, and so you're go ahead and make another stealth check.
I like to imagine you're still skittering across the walls.
It's a 23. Or sorry,
23.
22.
Okay. 22. All right. So yeah, and he's definitely not paying attention anymore. He feels like he is safe on the other side of this wall, and he just keeps on walking.
So when do I get to the guards?
About 15 minutes later, because you're
Okay.
going around the outside of High Sword Borough. You get there. Like how do you approach them?
Like, hello, gentlemen, may I pass?
Oh, I don't think you live in this area.
What makes you say that? Is it because I'm a
Well,
Goliath? That's racist.
mostly because of the way you're dressed. And
Oh, I see how it is. I actually am. Funny story. I'm actually wearing like designer clothes.
oh, there you go. Not only that, but there are like 3 Goliaths in the entire city,
So we all look the same.
and
I get
none
it.
of them. They know none of them live in the middle district. So they're not letting you in. They've never let you in.
Oh, like that's racist. I was just gonna meet with someone.
If you can get them to come to the guard station and vouch for you, then we can let you in. But until then, we know we remember what you did over in the near the Unicorn District. As we appreciate it very much. They just finished rebuilding the homes that were in that area.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I look at him and I'm like, well, I don't remember his name exactly, but he makes sculptures. He sells them out at the market, and I needed to ask him a question. I saw him come through here a little while ago, and I figured maybe I could go stop by and ask him that question. Would you guys be willing to bring him over here so I can talk to him?
Well, it is sort of late, and if it's the person that you're thinking of, he runs the statue factory, and that's a very, very prestigious shop, and I don't believe he will probably tomorrow, and you can talk to him then.
Alright. Well, thank you anyway, gentlemen, and I walk around. Just fucking stab my hands into the wall and start climbing them. No, I
All right, so
don't.
you
I
do know.
walk away defeated.
Okay. So, but you do know that they don't usually. They're not. They're between High Sword Borough and Lamp Village. There is a very long ways in between guard towers, and right there in the middle, there's plenty of room for you to try and climb up the wall, and you've done it before.
Oh shit! Then I totally do it.
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna have to make a strength check and a stealth check as well.
That is a 19 for strength.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. You're able to climb to the top of it. It's about a 15-foot wall.
Oh, that's not bad. It's a shame I crit failed for my stealth check.
Okay, so once you get to the top of the wall, you hear from a ways away, "Hey, get down off the wall!" And you hear like maybe 3 sets of boots running at you.
From which side of the wall? The one I'm trying to get to, or the one behind me?
They're on top of the wall, running at you.
Ah, shit.
It's
I jump.
like 15. It's like a 15 to 20-foot high wall, but it's also 10 feet wide.
Yeah, I jump down the other side, and I just run for it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh, that is a solid 3.
All right. So, let's see. So you just fall right on your face, and you take 11 damage from the fall.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. I fall, land on my face, get back up, and just sprint for it.
All right. I assume you're gonna try and like duck into an alley or something.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and make another stealth check.
It's 2. Why stealth? Why?
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then 2 natural ones. So
Oh, good.
yeah, so you hear an arrow hits you like in the back as you're running for 7 damage, and then you hear 2 and something like you can hear 2 heavy things hit the ground.
Oh shit! Oh no, they just killed each other. That's terrible. Yeah, it looks like they really need to train the city guard.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like. I don't know what my plan is anymore. I have no idea where they went.
No, you don't have any idea where they went.
That's why I have a -1 intelligence. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I get into the alley and I realize I have no idea where they went, so I attempt to climb back up the other side of the wall and go right back.
Okay.
Yep.
The same place that you went down?
I'll go like 100 feet down to the left.
Okay.
Or further away from wherever those dudes were, you know.
Okay. You hear a whistle on top of the wall, and then you see kind of lanterns come running towards the space where you went down over the wall.
Good. I'm creating a distraction. That's what it is now, I've decided. Do you need me to roll for strength to get back up again?
Yep, if you're still going to climb the wall, yep.
That is a solid 21.
All right, so no problem climbing the wall. How about stealth? I have to.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm gonna.
try to be stealthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume I'm gonna critical fail again. Oh my god, it's a 12.
Hey, there you go. All right. So I'm going to say the one guard that's still up there is distracted, which is a good thing because he crit.
Oh, good.
But he does not see you because the second one is not a crit.
Good.
Yes. So you are able to get onto the top of the wall. If you want to climb back down the other side, go ahead and make a strength check for that. You should be no problem.
I think I'm just gonna jump.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. It's a 15 to land.
Okay. That's not too bad. So you take oh no. I'm gonna
What?
say you take like 1 damage from that.
Yay.
Yeah.
I did like a little roll, safety roll as I landed. And I was like,
Right.
yeah. That only hurt a little bit. Got it down now, and then I run away.
Getting better at it. Okay. So where do you head to?
I guess I'll head back to the house.
Okay. Back
I'm
to
just
the
gonna call it a
unicorn.
night. Been shot in the back. I'm gonna call it good.
All right, Jasper, you are able to. Is Jasper back?
Yes.
Okay. You are able to tail this guy. Are you going? How long does disguise self last for?
I think it's an hour.
It's an hour, yes.
Disguise self an hour. Yeah. So you can stay disguised as this guy as you want to. You takes about another. He's kind of meandering and like just kind of seems like he's proud of himself, and he kind of looks into the big bag of gold that he received for that statue, and kind of he's having a good time. He got away from some brigands, and he's just kind of meandering back to his home. So you get back and you find that you're in the artist's village in about 45 minutes or so. Um, and he goes into what you believe is probably his shop.
Um, I'm going to investigate the outside of the shop, looking for like windows, other entrances in other.
Yeah, this is a much nicer part of town. His shop has some big windows in the front with some very nice statues of different um, people. A couple of them you recognize as like former dignitaries, or the one of them's a former king, um, and you definitely know that he went missing. But there's a hefty price tag on that one. That's like 20 grand for that statue itself. But it's an amazing likeness of him. So yeah, there's huge windows all around the outside. It it's that's his storeroom, and you can see that he's go walking up the steps into the top part, which is probably where he lives. You have to.
Hmm.
All right. Do I see any other entrances into the top part?
There are some windows upstairs, but they're definitely just regular like house windows. And there's one facing the main street, and there's one that you can see if you're walking all the way around. There's um, one on either side of the building and one on the back side. It seems like this whole building is just for his shop called the Statue Factory.
I'm gonna try and check out the back entrance.
Okay. So you go around the back side, and you see that um, there is there is a back door, and there's no stairs leading up to the top, but there's definitely like a back, uh, like a window facing the back alley.
Use my climb speed to go check that out.
All right. So you have no problem going up there. Go ahead and make a stealth check to make sure that do it.
24.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. So you make it up to that window, and it's got like some drapes drawn on the inside.
I'm going to do something stupid. And I'm going to knock on the window and then attempt to hide out of sight.
What?
All right. So what?
So that's a 19.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you knock on the?
4.5.
Okay.
I do the shave and haircut.
Okay. Because knocking works.
Knocking always works.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a 13.
13. Okay. So you do hear some like scuffling around inside. And then he you can see that he opens up the drapes, and he's got what looks like maybe a lantern in his hand, but it's not glowing.
I just stay out of sight.
All right. So are you looking at him, or are you just
I knocked on the window and moved
Yeah.
out of the way so I can't be seen in hopes that he would move the drapes, leave, and leave the drapes open.
Okay. So he does just that. He looks out through, kind of. You can see him, like just barely see his head, kind of scanning around the outside of the window. You can't see the look on his face or anything. And then after about a minute or two, he leaves.
Okay. I think then I'm going to take a peek up and see if I can see anything.
All right. When you look through the window, go ahead and make a perception check.
1 second. That is a 12.
Okay. So you look through, and you see a little stand. The first thing you see is a little stand sitting maybe a couple of feet back from the window, and what you see is a head sitting on this table, looking out through the window. I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
Okay. So you see it, your body starts to kind of get a little bit stiff, and then you shrug it off.
Do I know that that's probably the cause?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I'm not proficient, but I have a +3.
Proficient. So you have no idea. You just felt something weird.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and break in.
All right. So like break the window, or like pick the lock.
I'm going to burgle
Okay.
the window.
All right. Go ahead. Do you have?
I have thieves' tools.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. So that's what you would use. Are you proficient in them?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So it's going to be your dex, sleight of hand, plus your proficiency bonus.
All right, so that's a 19 plus my proficiency bonus would be a plus 2?
Yep.
Plus 3 for dexterity. So that's
Oh
a
well,
22.
I meant instead of dex, you're going to use sleight of hand.
Oh, so that's a plus 5. So that's a 22.
Yeah.
19. 19. Sorry, it's a 19.
I think that's how thieves' tools work. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. So yeah, you're able to you definitely. Oh, we'll say it's sleight of hand because you're trying to be stealthy. So yeah, you are able to. The lock seems to be unlocked.
All right, I'm going to try and stealthy sneak in and throw that head in my bag of holding.
Okie doke. Go ahead and roll for stealth.
That is a 17.
All right.
Yes.
So you make an imperceptible, like when you open the window, it creaks. And somebody that's sitting in a chair that was off to the left stands up and takes a swing at you with a club.
Shit.
He rolled a 18 and you rolled a 17. Otherwise,
Oh, that's a tragedy.
yeah. Does a 5 hit?
No.
I mean, he's still a merchant. So he takes this big club and swings it at you, and misses a lot. I think maybe you're muted,
Oh, sorry.
or you're dumbfounded. One or the other.
So he missed, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah. By a lot.
by a lot. All right, yeah, I'm gonna grab that head, put it in the bag, and GTFO.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
That is a 13.
All right. So he is able to. He rolled a 14. So he reaches out and grabs it first, and runs out through the door, like into the next room.
Okay. Hmm.
He's not far ahead of you. I mean, like
I'm gonna chase after him.
He's just made it just out through the door. Okay, so go ahead, and you're able to catch him.
All right, I'm gonna try to charm person.
Okay. What's the
Actually, I
DC?
can't. I can only use that once. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Wait, aren't I disguised as that guy?
Oh yeah, you're him.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's dark, so he wasn't quite paying attention, so he doesn't see that you look like him. Like not before he took the swing and grabbed the head and ran through the door. So
Okay, so that doesn't help me at
far,
all.
it's not. So far, it has had no effect because he hasn't. He just knows that there's somebody in his house.
Okay, so that doesn't help me then. If that's the case,
Not yet.
then
Not yet.
I'm
It
gonna.
hasn't.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to attempt to grab the guy's shoulder and turn him around so he's facing me.
All right. So go ahead. That would be a grapple. Go ahead and make an arm strike.
Uh, 15.
Okay, yeah, no problem. He's wearing pajamas.
So he's looking at me.
Yeah. Make a quick strength check just to see if you are able to turn him around.
7.
Okay. Yeah. So you're able to grab his shoulder and you have him, so he can't run away from you. But you weren't able to turn him around.
Does he look at me?
Maybe on his turn. Yeah. Now it is his turn, and he just turns around and looks at you, and kind of stops because he sees himself.
Oh, it's him.
What what what's going on?
I'm you from the future.
Make a deception check.
So that's an 18.
Oh. Oh, he rolled a 17.
Awesome.
So he's not, I mean, he's not too it's enough to make him think about it. And that's his turn.
All right. So I try to persuade him to give me the head. Put the head in the bag. It's the only way.
It wasn't enough for him to give up his entire livelihood. So he's like, no, this is you know how important this is. If you're definitely
Am I still technically grappled to him?
yes,
I'm gonna
he
bite
hasn't
the
tried.
shit out of him and suck out all his blood.
Okay. So how does that work?
I think I just win.
Features and traits. Dark.
It's 1d6 piercing plus necrotic damage equal to twice my level.
Okay, go ahead and roll that d6. Oh shit! I forgot you have the lucky feat too.
So that's a 4. And then 8 damage in necrotic, so 12 damage total.
12. Yeah, he's out.
And I'm satiated.
Yes, you are.
So I'm going to go ahead and take that head now and put it in that bag.
All right, I will send you the stats of it.
Good.
And so, what would you like to do now? He's dead.
He's dead, dead?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I still look like him, right?
Yep.
Well, into the bag of holding he goes too.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to walk around looking confused and see if I can't run into anybody who can tell me what's going on.
You just leave the house and go and try and talk to somebody that might be outside.
Well, is the house empty? I'm gonna investigate the house and see if I can't
Okay.
find anything that tells me what's going on.
Sure. So he has um so you look around and you find that in certain places he has old some really old letters that never really say anything about the head, but but you can figure out from looking at them that that's what they're talking about. And so he paid a lot of money for this head, like a lot of money. From it looks like there is a group of people that deal with monsters, and they sell the pieces to people, like their blood for spell components and things like that. And so this was one of those types of places. This is definitely illegal. I mean, a lot of the selling monster pieces is and paraphernalia are is not is not bad because they sell to the Mages Guild and all that stuff. But things like this is definitely nefarious and definitely illegal. And this guy was using it for monetary gain by apparently turning people to stone.
I knew it. I say, sitting in my in the house, relaxing.
So I'm gonna clean him out of all his money and wealth if I can find it.
Yeah, sure. So he's got a good-sized chest next to his bed, and a lot of really nice clothing. And he seemed to be somebody who liked he likes shoes. He's got like 100 different kinds of pairs of shoes, and he's got a few really like maybe 10 or 12 different really nice outfits that he has, and that seems like what he'd spend all his money on.
So I have an idea, and Jasper has an idea. He takes the
Okay.
corpse out of the bag of holding and he holds the skull up to it after posing it on the ground to make him look all fancy.
Okay.
Does it turn him to stone?
It does not.
I open the eyelids and see if that works.
It says creature of your choosing, force it to pass a DC. Yeah, see, so like a corpse can't make a con save, so I'm gonna say it doesn't work on dead things.
All right, well, damn. So I put the corpse back in the bag of holding, and I'm just gonna pretend to be this guy.
Okay.
So
Forever?
yeah, essentially, I'm gonna head out the window I came in, or
Okay.
I'm gonna close the window, and I'm gonna head outside, and I'm just gonna head back to Thane.
Okay.
And then when I'm out of eyesight, I'll change back into myself. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell anybody that I killed him, and then just periodically, I'm just gonna be him.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I think we're just gonna then we'll unless you want to do anything else.
There is one thing I'd like to do. As soon as I get home, I want to pull the head out of the bag and show it to the Goliath and be like, "Hey, look at what I found."
So,
neat.
do you want to spend a charge?
Yes.
Yes.
I hate you.
All right, so you can spend one charge to cause it to briefly animate and stare deeply into the eyes of a creature of your choosing, forcing it to pass a DC 12 to 14 con save.
That's the one.
All right, well, I passed with a 22.
So, alternately, you can spend 3 charges to have the head target all creatures in a cone as well. So you're just going to try it on him.
Are there other creatures?
You're in the common room of the inn. So,
yeah, I do it on
to,
everybody.
I have to assume. Oh shit! All right. So there's the bartender. A couple of people sitting in chairs. There's the Goliath, and let's say there's a bard playing here. He's not a very good one because this is the outer ring, but all right, so that's like 5 people. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they all have to. It's a DC 18 when you spend all of those charges. So the highest roll was 18, so they are all stone.
Oh, good. Well, luckily I rolled a 22, so I'm okay.
Isn't that really cool?
man, that was really cool. And I look behind me and I'm like, that's not really cool.
I put
So
those-
so you know that all of the charges have now been spent.
Yes.
And so go ahead and roll a d20.
16.
16. Okay. So it doesn't crumble to dust.
I put it back in the bag of holding, and I go, anyways, I'm going to live in the middle city now. Bye.
Oh, well, I guess I can own an inn. And hey, can I just get you to take care of these bodies with me real quick?
Oh, yeah, I put all the bodies in the bag of holding. Actually, I help them reposition them around the house. No, just make them into decoration.
Oh shit, you're right. I'll tell people I used them to honor all the people that are missing. Hey, all right, yeah, and I claim this, and I attempt to write out like a letter from whoever owns this place to me, saying that I own it now.
Okie doke. So let's see. I did write down this guy's name. Hold on. His name is Sebastian Stone. So that's the
That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
yeah, it certainly is. At first he was going to be a dwarf, but I decided that he was a human because there's no dwarves. There's not a lot of dwarven people in the city, so
I love it.
and
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know if a dwarf. I don't know if actually do that. They're kind of lawful.
Yeah, I kind of just write up a thing, take my time, real slow and careful. I just write a closed sign out front so no one walks in. I'm just like, yeah, this is mine now.
And nobody questions
Cool.
it at all. No, I mean you guys sort of live there, and so it's not out of the question to think that maybe you bought it. And
Yeah.
The innkeeper left, who was the barkeep, and now you have a nice statue to remember him by.
I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, that's part of the deal. You have to at least have a statue of him up. And I was like, yeah, all right, sure, whatever. I'm already buying the place. What's a statue, right? So yeah. And then, from now on, I just permanently wipe glasses and tell stories of my younger days. I used to be an adventurer like you until I took whiskey.
And he's not only
What's up? Tim? Oh no!
You lost you.
Oh no! Of course, it's
That's
right at
okay.
the end.
Yeah,
I can live with that.
me too. Bye.
So, bye. Josh,
and I'm back.
we lost you. So Josh called it. He was like, "Yeah, cool. I'm satisfied."
Yeah, I was gonna call it anyways. I was just like, that sounds like that sounds like a good place to stop.
Yeah, I mean, so if we're doing this campaign next, can I just be our barkeep where we live at the inn?
Yeah, I mean, like if you make it to the this is not where you will start. But
What do you mean?
eventually, I have to assume that you will make it to this city.
Okay, I can live with that. I just now exist trying to make this bar into a more amazing place. My business
Yeah,
goals are I'm going to sell everything at a loss for the first month to try and attract a bunch of business. And then I'm just going to steadily raise my prices as all the rest go out of business. I'm pulling a Walmart. I have plenty of cash in the bank after we fucking robbed that guy.
I don't think he gave you any of the money.
I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely think there is no way I let him walk out without at least some of that.
Okay, well, we'll see. We can talk about that.
Okay.
It definitely turned out different than what I thought. I actually wasn't sure how it would end up, but like no buildings were burned down or anything. So
Yeah, I feel like we were surprisingly tame this time.
yeah.
I just tried to play as charismatic of a Goliath I could. I feel like I did pretty well. I didn't even use a spell. I took wild magic and I didn't even use a spell.
No, you didn't.
I'm so depressed. Even when I take it, I don't use it. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night. See ya.